In a spirited and decisive stand against the ongoing construction of the India-Myanmar border fence, a delegation from Csos civil society organizations, CSOs, visited Behiang village nestled in the Churachandpur district to firmly oppose the ongoing construction of a border fence along the India-Myanmar border today. Engaging in discussions with the Border Roads Task Force, Assam Rifles, local leaders and the Behiang village chief, the delegation expressed deep concerns over the project's lack of transparency and disregard for the rights of indigenous communities. Csos CSOs argued that the fencing project disregards the historical, cultural significance and sanctity of their ancestral lands. They called for an immediate halt to the construction, stressing the need for transparency, consultation with local communities, and collaboration with the Behiang Area Chief Association before proceeding further. They accused the authorities of undermining their rights and interests by advancing the project without their consent. The delegation emphasized the need for inclusive dialogue and cooperation, urging the government to revise its strategy to involve local stakeholders in decision-making processes. The CSO leaders also highlighted that the current approach contradicts the spirit of the Act East policy of 2014, aimed at fostering cross-border cultural and commercial ties and supporting the development of communities along the India-Myanmar border. The CSOs and border area chiefs also questioned the government's rationale, pointing out that similar border fencing projects in Arunachal Pradesh, Nagaland, and Mizoram have stalled without any apparent pressure from the central authorities. They expressed concerns over the premature commencement of fencing in their region, speculating about a possible hidden agenda by Manipur Chief Minister N. Biren Singh and Meitei radical groups to limit their access to the Act East policy benefits and economic opportunities at the border. The Csos CSOs have issued a stern ultimatum to both central and state governments, demanding an immediate suspension of construction. They warned that any further progress on the fence without addressing their concerns could lead to unrest. The CSOs made it clear that they would hold the government fully accountable for any conflicts or negative repercussions arising from the continued disregard for their demands.
After a repeated resistance from the Csos CSOs in the Behiang area, the central government plan and the Meitei hidden agenda still continue to flourish, and the construction of border fencing is still going on, and if this is not stopped immediately, we will be taking this to the higher level and more agitation or more aggressive form of protesting will be conducted. And we request the higher authority to come in terms with the Behiang area chief and the UZRO general headquarters in order to continue or to negotiate in a very mutual manner, so that misunderstandings and many speculation or consequences can be avoided. And this land, which had been remain an ancestral land for decades and centuries, cannot be, no inch of our land can be violated by the central government or the state government without the consent of the chief or the CSOs. And the construction of border fencing and the scrapping of FML is not only affecting the Behiang area, it is also affecting the Act East policy, which was passed in order to flourish border trade between India and Myanmar. So we request all the CSOs and all the like-minded persons to protest and oppose this border fencing and the scrapping of FMR. And in addition to that, we are very surprised to know that the scrapping of FMR and the border construction work, which were scheduled to be started in Nagaland and Mizoram, had not been started, and they were ceased to work, and the long border line forming with the Myanmar and Northeast India, we can only witness the construction of border fencing in our area. There is a high apprehension of Meitei-centric government involvement in this construction work, and if this continue, we will be fighting with tooth and nail to stop all the construction, and if the situation requires, we may be forced to use brute force to stop all this illegal construction in our land.